So a lot of y'all have put in my comments wanting to know where I've been. I took a 3-week hiatus. I broke my foot and I had the toe repaired. And then one day I woke up and I couldn't walk. I was having a severe pain in my left leg, my left knee, going all the way up to my hip. I couldn't function, I couldn't walk, I couldn't sleep, I couldn't sit down for long periods of time. And I finally went in and got an MRI, and I will be having surgery on my left knee, which was my good knee. I don't know how it happened, but I was having pain, mild pain, intermittent pain for about 5 months in that leg. And I just thought, well, I'm 62, I have arthritis in my knee. I did a very physical job. I was a professional firefighter, so my joints have paid the price for that. But I discovered through the MRI that I had torn the meniscus away from the knee. And I had, there's a capsule around your knee joint that produces lubricant, and this capsule is leaking really bad, and I now have a mass the size of a lemon behind my knee. So that was why I can't bend my knee, and I was having severe pain because the lubricant that cushions my joint was leaking out into the back of my knee. So I will have to have surgery on that. So I've been gone for about 3 weeks. I couldn't get into my garden. You should have seen what it looked like. Oh my gosh. My husband had to go out there with an excavator and just start pulling all the plants that he could find and get them out of there. And then I haven't been able to plant my fall garden, which I need to do here pretty soon. I usually do it like mid-October. So I have my plants growing on the porch, but everything stopped at that point. I couldn't stand, I couldn't walk, I was having problems sitting because pain was radiating up my hip because my gait was off from what the orthopedic said. But yeah, I will be having surgery probably, I want to say end of October. I'm exhausted from the pain. I'm ready to get this knee taken care of. He wants to do a knee replacement. I don't want a knee replacement. I already had my right knee done. I don't want a knee replacement. I don't want another one. It took a while for me to recover from that. So that's where I've been. I have been sidelined. They gave me injections for the pain, and the injections worked for about 3 days, and then the pain came right back in full force. So stick with me. I'll be in and out. I was doing one video every 5 to 7 days, and I think I'm 3 weeks in now, but I haven't been able to move around and videotape anything. So I will put this short video together for you and show you how to make something from scratch. But be patient with me. I've just had a bad couple of months, and my body just, I guess the warranty just expired on it, and I'm going to have to go get them fixed. But stick with me, guys. I'll show you some stuff. I just need to get past this hurdle. Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my savage homestead. As you can tell, I have been MIA for about 2 months. I'll get into all that in a little bit. I've had a pretty bad, painful 2 months, but I have been trying to get my fall garden done. I did a small one this year because I am going to be recovering for the next several months probably, and in physical therapy. But let me show you what I got going on in my fall garden. It's small this year, so let's go ahead and take a look at what I got going on. So I planted my garlic. As you can tell, it's starting to sprout up, which I'm surprised because I just planted these November 3rd, and they already started popping up. And then same thing here. This is all garlic. And then I got my dill, my parsley, and my cilantro herbs growing over here. I started my carrots. Some germinated, some did not. So, and as you can tell, I got sporadic carrots going on. So I ended up reseeding these last week. And then I have my broccoli here. And then my cabbage is over there. And then those 2 empty beds are going to be my onions. I am not going to grow anything else because I don't know how my rehab's going to go. But I didn't want to put too much on my husband if that's the case. But that is my small fall garden this year. It's been a very painful 2 months. I had about 2 weeks where I couldn't even get up and stand, and I couldn't even get the effort to take a bath or wash my hair because I was in so much pain. But we're going to get that taken care of. I don't know what happened. I didn't fall. I didn't have an accident. I just woke up one morning and I couldn't stand on my left leg, which is my good leg, because I had a knee replacement in my right knee. And then all of a sudden, I woke up one morning and I was in severe pain. And it took a week to get into my doctor, another week to get into the orthopedic that I was sent to. It took 2 weeks to get my MRI and my x-ray. And then it took me another week to go back to the orthopedic. And then it took 3 weeks for them to approve my surgery. And so in a few days, I'm going to be having surgery. So be patient with me. I know I lost about 8 or 9 subscribers because I hadn't posted anything in 2 months. But I didn't forget about y'all. I was miserable, very miserable. And I'm hoping to get this taken care of. Standing today. And I think I made a mistake. I did too much today because my leg, I just want to chew it off. It hurts so bad right now. So I'm going to get off my feet, but I just want to tell everybody, thank you for holding on, all you other subscribers out there. I didn't mean to abandon you. I just had a health crisis. I'm almost 63, so my warranty on my body is starting to tell me not in good shape anymore. No, void, no. And it's just weird. You wake up one morning and you can't do what you did yesterday, and you don't know why. And I have to have one surgery first, and they're going to take care of the torn meniscus and the fluid sac that surrounds, encapsulates the joint. That is ruptured, so I'm losing all that fluid, which lubricates your joint. So I don't have that right now. It's actually, I have a ball behind my knee where it's just leaking out into the back of my leg. And it's bone on bone when I walk, and I can't even describe to you how painful that is. I don't know how it happened, but it did. And we're going to get that taken care of. And then he says once that gets repaired, the meniscus and that gets repaired and healed, I'm going to have another knee replacement. So that's what I get from a very physical job I had for 21 years in my youth, and then you pay for it as you get older. But I was a professional firefighter, and I loved what I did. I wouldn't have done anything else, but my body is now paying the price for it. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and get started. I'm going to go ahead and cook the pastas. I have two different types of pasta. One is for the tuna pasta, and the other one is for the lobster pasta. As you can tell, I have a lot of onions still. So I just got to make sure I'm testing them to see if they're still nice and firm. And they are. They've been in my, I have a spare fridge in the laundry room. So we cooked the pasta. We're going to go ahead and drain it. And we're going to do a imitation lobster pasta first. So you're going to need one celery stick that you're going to dice up fine. And then you're going to use a half of a yellow onion, and you're just going to do the same. You're just going to cut it up into small squares. Dice it small and fine. Now these are my pickles, my dill pickles that I had done in June. So I'm going to go ahead and dice up some of these pickles here. It's about a half a cup of diced dill pickles. And then I'm going to use some imitation crab or lobster. I can't afford real lobster, so I'm going to go ahead and use this. I've been using this for years, and it's still just as good and tasty. This is one of my oldest daughter. This is her favorite pasta dish that I make. So after you've diced it up, go ahead and just put it all into your pot that you had boiled your pasta in. You had already drained it, and you had poured cold water on it to stop it from cooking. And then you're going to use some dill. You can use fresh dill. I don't have fresh dill right now, so I am using the one that I have freeze-dried. And once the mayonnaise and the juices of the pickles and stuff gets in there, it rehydrates the dill. And then I'm going to use Old Bay, and I showed you in a previous video how to make your own Old Bay imitation seasoning. So we're going to go ahead and sprinkle that in there. And I'm going to use about a cup of mayo. I like a lot of mayo in my pasta dishes. I don't like dry stuff. So I use about a cup, but you know, it's optional for you if you want to put that much in, or if you want to put more in, go ahead and put more in. And then go ahead and just stir it up. Now, I'm making dishes for my husband and I for the next week because I'm going to have surgery in the next couple of days. So I'm going to go ahead and put all these in Tupperware containers, and they last in the fridge for about a week. And the one thing with the imitation lobster pasta dish, it tastes even better when it's cold. I like mine cold. I don't like warm pasta dishes, except for spaghetti and lasagna. So I'm going to go ahead and stick this in the fridge. And this is another dish I'm going to make. This is the one my husband likes. He likes the chicken salad. So everybody has their own chicken salad recipes. But you need to do a celery stick. You're going to need half of a yellow onion. Again, diced fine. Now I like using walnuts in mine. You can use pecans if you want to, or you can just eliminate the nuts altogether. But I found that with the celery, the nuts give it an extra crunch, which is really nice on the palate. Some cranberries. I don't have any apples or grapes, which I usually put in my chicken salad. I alternate, so I have 3 different fruits that I alternate: the cranberries, the grapes, or the apples. And since I only have cranberries today, it's cranberries it is. And then this is the marjoram that I had grown in my garden, and I freeze-dried it. And then I boiled my chicken. But you can also fry up your chicken, or you can bake it in the oven if you want to. Today, I just decided I was going to boil it. And the same thing, you're just going to dice up your chicken into bite-sized pieces. You can have them real small or real chunky, it's up to you. I like mine in the middle. And then once you have it all diced up, just stick it in a bowl all together. And then I like to use my marjoram. And then you just do a little dash of salt and pepper. Now again, the mayo, the amount of mayo is up to you. Here I used another cup of mayo. And then we're going to go ahead and do a splash of ranch dry mix, dressing mix. And we're going to blend that in. And then I'm going to put it in a Tupperware container, and the same thing I'm going to put in the fridge because I like it cold. But my husband went ahead and stole a bowl of the chicken salad, and he used some Ritz crackers. And the last one I'm going to do is a tuna pasta. Again, these are all going to be dishes that I don't have to cook or heat up. So for the next week, I'm just going to live off of what I put in the freezer meals and then what I'm cooking right here and the different types of pastas. But again, cut up your celery stick and then do a half a yellow onion. And then again, we're just going to do some dill pickles. Now, all these recipes I leave in the comment section, and then I also put a little tab on the back of each one of these videos. And then you're just going to grab some cranberries. You're going to use 2 cans of tuna. I like to use tuna that's in water. And then we're just going to add all the chopped ingredients in there. And then it's just going to be the same old, same old. We're going to put mayonnaise in it. Now you can put a little mustard in there as well for a little more twang to it. But I just prefer that, especially with tuna. Tuna you really can't do too much with because then it just, to me it's overbearing in taste. So I like to do a little plainer mix when I do the tuna pasta. I hope y'all have a good night and hold in there. I got a couple more videos that I'm going to give you that I filmed, but I just haven't put it together, and then I'll be putting them out there while I'm relaxing and recovering at home. But y'all have a good night. Thank you.